Hello, David Monteleone from Fisk and Monteleone. Hi, David Monteleone from Fisk and Monteleone. And today, the thing I want to talk about is something that I have seen over the last 32 years of practicing law. The most common mistake I see people not having enough and the right kind of auto insurance. So today I'm going to tell you the types of auto insurance that you should have. First of all, we know in Illinois it's the law that you have to have automobile insurance, but you would be shocked to know how many people are out there driving, causing all sorts of mayhem that don't have insurance at all. Or they tell the police officer that they did have insurance. They may even produce an insurance card. Come to find out it's been expired for 2 years, but they don't get a ticket because they were able to produce an insurance card, and a lot of times the investigating officer misses the fact that the insurance isn't current. So everyone is supposed to have auto insurance. It's the law. However, a lot of people don't. I would say, just from my experience, it seems like a third to 40% of the people out there don't have insurance. And then when they do have insurance, it's in the state minimum. In Illinois, the state minimum for insurance is $25,000. And you may think, well, $25,000 is a lot of money. It's not. If you are injured, if you need an ambulance ride to the hospital, if you have a hospital stay, an emergency room visit, CAT scans, MRI, radiographs, and a very brief stay, that $25,000 could be eaten up very quickly. So I'm going to tell you not only that you should have auto insurance, as is the law, but you should also have it in a much higher amount. Not for the protection of the other guy. I'm going to tell you why you need it for your protection. So $25,000 is not enough. Let's say you bought $100,000 of coverage. You might say, well, David, that's going to be 4 times as expensive as buying $25,000, because 4 times $25,000 is $100,000. So $100,000 must be 4 times more. It's not. It's a little bit more to get a whole lot more insurance, okay? The odds are you're never going to need it, but if you do need it, it's there for your protection, not the other guy's. I want you to, when you finish this video, I want you to look at your own insurance. Make sure you have these types. Bodily injury, okay? That's going to protect you in case you seriously injure someone else because of a mistake you made driving. That protects the other guy, but what I'm about to tell you protects you and you alone. The uninsured motorist and the underinsured motorist coverage. If you look at your own policy, this might be shorthand UM or UIM. UM is used in insurance jargon to mean uninsured motorist. UIM in insurance jargon means underinsured motorist. What's an uninsured motorist? That's easy. Someone who hurts you, who damages your property, who causes you injury, and they don't have any insurance. If you have uninsured motorist coverage, that UM, that's going to protect you from the other guy who has no insurance. Let's say the other guy does have insurance. Let's say he has the state minimum, $25,000, but your medical bills are $100,000. Now that person is Yes, he's insured, but he's underinsured. He didn't have enough insurance. So he is going to be called an underinsured motorist. If you have the underinsured motorist coverage, that is the UIM that we talked about, you can access that money in place of that other guy's inadequate amount of insurance. So the UM and the UIM coverage is what's going to protect you from the other guy. Another type of insurance you should have is what's called medical payments coverage. That you can also find that on your policy. Most people have anywhere from 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. I've even seen once 50,000 in medical payments coverage. Why do you need medical payments coverage? Well, to pay your medical bills. But you might say, well, I have medical insurance. I don't need medical payments coverage. Yes, you do. Medical payments coverage will pay any copay or deductible that the insurance company doesn't cover. So if you have health insurance and they get a bill for, let's say, $10,000, they may pay $8,000, and the remaining $2,000, it's going to say patient portion, and that's your share. If you have medical payment coverage on your auto policy, you can simply make a claim on your auto carrier and tell them, I got a bill and the patient portion is $2,000, they will pay that for you. This medical payments coverage is extremely cheap. It's not expensive at all, and it's wonderful to have in place. You could use it for anything that's accident related. So for example, even if you go to Walgreens and you buy a heating pad because your back is sore, or you go to, Myers and you buy an elbow brace because your elbow is sore, you can make a claim for those medical expenses and the insurance companies will pay them. So we talked about bodily injury coverage. That's in case you're negligent. We talked about underinsured and uninsured motorist coverage. This is in case the other guy is negligent and either doesn't have insurance or has it but in very low amounts. We talked about medical payment coverage. I want you to get car rental coverage on your policy, and don't get the bare bones $25 a day, because for $25 a day you're going to get put in a junky little Ford Pinto that you're not going to want. So for a few dollars more, bump it up to $40 a day, $50 a day, and get something that's comparable to what you're driving now. Obviously, if you're driving a Ford Pinto and they put you in a Ford Pinto, you're going to be fine because you're used to it. But if you're driving a Cadillac Escalade, you're not going to be happy when they put you in a Ford Pinto. So bump up your car rental for a few extra dollars and get more coverage. Lastly, and this is the last type of insurance I'm going to recommend that you have, is umbrella coverage. And this is coverage on top of your auto coverage that is tied to your auto coverage. So for about $500 a year, you can probably get $1 million in additional coverage. Now, you may ask why you might need umbrella coverage. Let's say that someone causes a horrible crash and you are catastrophically injured, someone in your family is catastrophically injured, or God forbid, is dead. And if you have adequate insurance and you have an umbrella, you can access both of those to pay for your catastrophic injuries, your catastrophic family members' injuries. So for not a lot of money, you can get an umbrella policy, but you have to tell your agent that you want this tied to your auto policy so that it kicks into place after your auto policy is exhausted. That's all I have for today. Thank you for watching Fisk and Monteleone TV. And if you have any questions, give us a call. We're happy to help.